Hi, this is Stephanie from the PUC. It looks
Yep.
like CJM. Is that Mr.
Yes, good
McNoldy?
morning.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Um,
How you
could
doing?
you, good, thank you. Could you just rename the window in the Zoom to your first and last name?
Okay,
So
how would I?
if you right click on your window where you see your picture, you'll
Okay,
see a rename button, and
got it.
then you can rename it just your first and last name.
Oh,
Would
there
be
it is. I see it. I see it.
yes.
Hold on a moment.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, let me go ahead and correct that. So you wanted just my name, my first and last name?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good.
Yep. And then if you can just mute and turn off your video until when you're finished with that, until just before 9 a.m. when the judge comes on, and
Okay,
then we'll get started from there.
very good, ma'am. Hey, it's finally nice to talk to you again.
Yeah. Yes, yes, you as well.
Okay, very good. I'll change it right now. Let me
Perfect.
know how it
Oh,
looks.
yep. That's great. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
very good. I'll
Perfect.
mute my audio and video then.
Thank you. Good morning, Valentina. This is Stephanie. I'm the legal assistant that's going to help with the hearing today. Let me know if you need to test anything on your end.
Hi there. Good morning, Stephanie. Well, I was just wondering and double checking that you see the interpretation button on the bottom bar of your
Mhm.
screen.
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
Any questions regarding how to start the interpretation?
No, I think I'm just going to click on there. I'm going to select yourself as the interpreter and then move the other party, Jesus Carmona, and then go from there.
It should be Maria Elisa Fuller who's going to be joining me to do
Yeah,
the
I meant
interpretation.
Jesus Carmona as the person that was needing the interpreter.
Oh, so don't worry about adding him. So
Oh,
he should
okay.
be able to access everyone will
Perfect.
be using a language channel. So he would be using the Spanish one, whereas the rest
Okay.
monolingual English speakers should select the English one.
Oh,
Um,
there and there's Maria. So I'll just label the both of you as interpreters and that's it, and then you take it from
exactly,
there. Perfect.
exactly. But just mhm,
It's been a second since we've had an interpreter, so I just want to
no
make sure.
worries. Of
Okay.
course, no worries. And just a quick question: would you like us to offer the language justice statement and the instructions for everyone at the top of the meeting?
Yes, I believe the judge has that as part of her script for today. Yeah.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
then I'll offer those parts, both the
Okay.
instructions and the statement, and then
Okay.
I'll cue you. I'll say something along the lines of, "We can turn the interpretation function now. We can
Okay.
turn it on." And then that's when you hit the blue start button.
Okay. So I'm gonna add Maria as the one interpreter,
hmm
and then add the other one.
And you can drag that little box over so it's not in the way, but then
Okay.
don't click the start button until I cue you.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, I see that. Got it set up. Thank you
Wonderful.
for your help with that.
Of course.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm just doing a quick audio check for Tracy.
Sounds perfect.
Thank you. Good morning. We are going on the record in proceeding number 25F-0278TO. I'm Kelly Rosenberg, the Administrative Law Judge assigned to this proceeding. It is 9 o'clock on Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. This is a formal complaint case, Christopher J. McNoldy versus First Response Auto and Truck Repair, LLC, doing business as JH Mountain Auto Services, and Camille Petrick and Gina Anzuelo. Before we proceed any further, I'd like to note that we have an interpreter present. Thank you for being here, and I don't need to put you on the spot, but is there anything you would like to say before we get started? Oh, you're on mute still.
There we go. Sorry, apologies. Absolutely, thank you very much. And yes, I'm Valentina Sarmiento Cruz, and I'm here working with my colleague Maria Elisa Fuller, and we're both here on behalf of Community Language Cooperative, and we are here to provide and guarantee your commitment to language justice. Language justice is a type of simultaneous interpretation that seeks to create spaces in which no one language is dominant, spaces in which everyone can participate in the language of their heart. So to achieve this objective, we'll be using Zoom's interpretation function. So what you will see in a couple of minutes is a new little button that looks like a globe will appear on the bottom bar of your screen. On that same bar where you currently have the buttons for the microphone, for the video, for the chat, etc. It'll be towards your right hand. Once you see this new little button come up, go ahead and click on it and select either English or Spanish as the language that you will be listening into and speaking into. If you are joining the meeting on a phone or on a tablet, you will find the same options for interpretation by clicking on the button with the 3 little dots on the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Buenos días, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Valentina Sarmiento y estoy aquí con mi colega María Elisa Fuller, ambas por parte de Community Language Cooperative, y estamos aquí para ofrecerles y garantizar su compromiso con la justicia del lenguaje. La justicia del lenguaje es un tipo de interpretación simultánea que busca crear espacios en los que no domine ningún idioma, espacios en los que todos puedan participar en el idioma de su corazón. Para lograr este objetivo vamos a utilizar la función de interpretación de Zoom. En unos minutitos verán que aparece un nuevo botón que parece un globo terráqueo en la barra inferior de su pantalla, en la misma barra donde ahorita están los botones para el micrófono, para el video, para el chat, etc. Cuando aparezca este botoncito, haga clic en él, en el globo terráqueo, y seleccione inglés o español como el idioma en el que va a escuchar y participar. Si usted está aquí por medio de un teléfono o de una tableta, encontrará estas mismas opciones haciendo clic en el botón que tiene 3 puntitos en la esquina inferior derecha de su pantalla. Just a quick reminder that this will be simultaneous interpretation, and English is 20 to 25% shorter than Spanish. So please keep this in mind and keep a conversational pace so that we can interpret the length of your ideas. If you have any questions, please let us know by means of the chat box so that we can work together to address them. Por favor, recuerde que esta es una interpretación simultánea, entonces cuando participe mantenga un ritmo de conversación. Si tiene alguna pregunta, por favor comuníqueselo al grupo completo a través del chat para que lo podamos resolver. Muchas gracias, vamos a activar la interpretación ahora. Va a aparecer el botoncito de interpretación. Thank you so much for having us here. We can go ahead and start the interpretation channels, and please remember to select your channel.
I'm sorry, Valentina, this is Stephanie. There is no chat function for our Zooms.
Oh, I see. So if you have any issues, you can say them out loud then, and then we can stop the interpretation, address them, and then move forward, if that works with you.
Thank you. I can start that as soon as you're ready.
We're ready.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to give us all a moment to get the interpretation going. I have successfully switched mine to English. Does anybody else need a moment of time to switch over or to make the selection rather?
Okay, you said the interpretation to English on the Zoom here? Is that what I'm looking for?
Yes, there's a more button with 3 dots.
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Okay. And interpretation, got it. And okay, original audio interpretation off. Which one am I selecting here?
English was just an option for me to when I was clicking on it.
Okay, let me try. I got it on English now.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Great, thank you. Okay, so at this time, now we will sort of switch over to the more substantive portion of the proceeding. I would like to take appearances, starting with complainant. And I do ask if people are speaking, if you have the capability to turn your cameras on. If that's not an option, just let me know. So we're, I'll know that there's a particular reason, and that's fine if people can't turn a video on.
Okay, hold on a moment. I think mine's trying to get loaded here.
Sure.
Okay, are you getting anything there?
Oh,
And
there you go. I
there
do
we go.
see you.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Doing well. So yeah, just go ahead and state your name and who you're here on behalf of. I
Yep.
know that we know, it's how we proceed so the record is clean.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Christopher McNoldy, and I'm the complainant of this complaint through PUC for my the towing of my vehicles from private property up to Frisco, Colorado. So,
All right. Okay, thank you. And then for respondent. Oh, Mr. Carmona, I believe you're still muted. There we go.
Buenos días, señor juez. Mi nombre es Jesús Carmona. Represento a First Response o JH Montanauro Servers.
Great, thank you. Before we
Judge, maybe we would have Mr. Carmona mute himself if he's going to be interpreted. That might be easier to
see.
hear.
Okay, thank you for that. Yes, I think you may, and I apologize because Mr. Carmona, I asked you to unmute, so I apologize for.
over the TV, please.
It is my first time using an interpreter as well, so we may have a few speed bumps here. I appreciate your patience. And Mr. McNoldy, you've done nothing wrong, but if you could mute yourself when you're not speaking, that would be
Very good.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before we proceed, I do want to go over a few preliminary advisements for all participants. First, I'd like to inform or remind everyone that it is the Commission's practice to record and webcast legal proceedings, including this one, and we have a court reporter recording every word stated. We also, as we all know, have an interpreter present. With all of these things in mind, I request that all participants take care to not interrupt each other. You will get a chance to speak and you will get a chance to respond. Also, I ask that we do our best to speak at a slower rate than we may in a conversation. And that includes perhaps pausing a little longer at the end of sentences. If I mispronounce anyone's name, I mean no disrespect. Correct me. I will do my best to get it right from then on out. And as I just noted, I will give you all an opportunity to respond or bring something to my attention. Typically, when we proceed, I will ask complainant first, and then I will seek respondent's input. If you see me looking to the side, I am almost assuredly taking notes or reviewing a document that pertains to what is happening. I am listening to everyone. Finally, and this likely goes without saying, but this is an advisement I give in these types of proceedings. I understand that the topics today concern matters that are deeply personal for some of the participants. However, I advise all participants that I expect everyone to treat each other with respect. In this forum, we don't call each other names or make personal attacks. If that happens, I will temporarily mute you and then give you an opportunity to start over again. I am an impartial arbiter. My job is to take in all the information and make conclusions based on the applicable legal standards. So I have no biases as we get into this proceeding. And I remind the parties that in an administrative hearing, the rules of procedure and evidence can be loosened. I'm not a layperson, so I can, for example, hear hearsay evidence and give it the weight it's worth. And regarding logistics, finally, I don't want people to be uncomfortable. We can take regular breaks as needed and as appropriate. We may not be able to stop immediately, but we can let me know if someone needs a break because we don't want people here to be uncomfortable. And starting with complainant, do you have any preliminary matters before you present?
Such as preliminary matters, what would that be categorized as? I've been stressed out over this for like the last 10 months. I apologize because I had some evidence that I wanted to submit, but I actually the end of this year didn't turn out too well. I had another death that I had to attend to, so I've been dealing with that. I appreciate your patience with the exceptions that I had to file when I found out that this is dismissed back in November. I had an issue that I had an event that happened that was rather unfortunate. So I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you very much. And I don't know exactly what you're pertaining to, but I've been pretty upset about this whole ordeal.
Sure, I appreciate that. But yeah, no, so it sounds like you don't have any preliminary matters that I would typically consider. Sometimes people have motions, or it's just a standard question I ask at the outset.
Well,
So
excuse me, I'm sorry. I actually did have the intention of filing a motion of default because apparently there's some problems that I have with a part of the decision that you had made initially when the formal complaint was filed and you came out with your initial decisions. There was the issue of J&H, or first response auto and truck repair, proving that there was no more than one owner for the company. I have a problem with the documents that were submitted by J&H and first response because I don't believe that they're real. I don't see that they're authentic. They don't carry the marks of being authentic. And I didn't know if that is something that you review before the proceeding or during the proceeding or whatnot. But I had the intent of filing that default. Because I mean, clearly you look at them, I don't see any authenticity. I really don't, especially from Camille.
at this point, what we can do is, at the time, if that evidence is presented, you are able to lodge an objection at that time if you wish, and we can proceed then.
Okay.
Respondent, do you have any preliminary matters before we begin?
No, no tengo nada que aportar por el momento.
Okay. Thank you. And at this point, what we can do is, Mr. McNoldy, go ahead and you can begin presenting your case in chief. If a lot of times in proceedings such as this, individuals who are complainants representing themselves often just provide a bit of a narrative as their testimony instead of asking yourself questions and answering questions, because that's kind of awkward. And if that's how you would like to proceed, then I'll go ahead and swear you in.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually the best. I appreciate you walking me through this because I didn't have the intention of representing myself. Like I said, this has been rather difficult to be handling for the last 9-10 months. So yes, now you could swear in.
Yeah, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right, go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
Okay. This is going back to March 30th of last year, 2025. I had just returned from out of state. I just graduated. I completed my college degree after a long time. It's been a long time in the making. I finally finished it. I took advantage of the COVID, everything that happened afterwards. I rented a tow dolly because I had arranged with the property owner at 1129 Dillon Dam Road, which used to be the Grand Hotel, which is now the White Peak Hotel. I don't know if he's actually changed the name since, but I was a former resident of that hotel, temporarily. I had some personal issues happen with an ex-girlfriend a few years prior, and did a lot of work for the owner, specifically snow plowing. And I had to move my property. I was a former resident of Dillon. I had a house and had to move out of it and had to move my belongings out of there. And when I started working for Adam, doing his plowing and maintenance work, I worked on his vehicles, his fleet vehicles that were at the property. I had arranged where I had four vehicles. I had my classic 1966 Oldsmobile, which is my project car. I have been doing a lot of work on it and had purchased it and, trying to fix it up. I had a 1994 Cadillac Fleetwood that I used for his daily driver. I have my 1994 Lincoln Town Car that I've owned for about 17 years, and I actually brought up here from Florida when I first came back out to Colorado after a divorce. And I also have my 1984 Ford pickup with my camper on it that I actually was in for about a year and a half, 2 years, up there in Summit County. Wasn't the best, but it got me through, especially during the winter. It was warm. So I was in the process of trying to rebuild my life after a breakup with a girlfriend that I shared the residence over in Dillon with. And I had the vehicles parked very neatly, with the owner's permission, in the back south lot of the Grand Hotel at 1129 Dillon Dam Road. They were all in proper parking spaces. When they were initially parked, all of them had Colorado tags on them, and they were identified by that, identified me as a registered owner. All of them had clear titles, except for the pickup, which I believe that Department of Revenue never actually straightened out. So I was concerned about that. But they had been sitting parked there since 2020. I believe late 2020 is when I had them there. And it was right before I decided to reattend school to finish my degree. So I did like I said, a lot of plowing and maintenance work for the owner. And he had no problem with it. It was pretty much a handshake agreement, gentleman's agreement. I took his word for it. We seemed like we were almost friends. Never really had any issues with him, and I started staying in a room at the hotel there because he started leasing out to workforce up there in Summit County. So I took advantage of that, and so it was my residence for a short time before I went to school. So on March 30th, I rented a tow dolly to go up and start removing my vehicles, because I had an agreement with them that typically the end of the season up in the ski country, as we call it up there, is April 1st. I know this from when I first came back out to Colorado after my divorce. April 1st was a shutdown day for Copper Mountain, which was the ski resort that I worked at when I first came back out here to Florida. And April 1st is when they shut down. So we agreed on that. I told him, he had intentions of working on the hotel, doing a lot of cleanup from.
Mr. McNoldy, I
Sure.
apologize for interrupting you. I
Sure.
believe someone raised their hand, maybe one of the interpreters, and I apologize for disrupting the flow. Did somebody need something?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I was wondering if I was talking too fast.
Okay, thank you.
I will do that.
And go ahead and proceed. I apologize for disrupting.
She actually did me a solid on that one, because I told myself that I was going to speak very clearly and very slowly. So I appreciate that. So where did I leave off? Oh yeah, April 1st. It's typically the end of ski season, so it's a date. I was going through. I was dealing with graduation. I had actually just dealt with my father's death the previous November, and late November. A couple months, it was just tough. It was just very tough before my went up on this date on March 30th and went to the hotel and went to go pick up my vehicles or start removing them, and saw that all 4 of them had been removed from the property, or they were all missing. So I had no warning of this. As far as I know, I had the handshake agreement with Adam. The last I remember him contacting me, he sent a text to me on March 7th and asked me to call him. And of course, I was dealing with, all the closing out school and everything. And then on March 25th, I saw Adam's phone number pop up on my phone, like he was calling me. And I picked it up, and all I heard was a lot of garbled speech. It sounded like swearing. And then I heard I heard what sounded like Adam's voice, and then he hung up on me. It came from Adam's phone number because it showed up on my caller ID. And I didn't really think anything of it. I thought that maybe he butt dialed and was talking to somebody else. But, it all makes sense after I did my research on this event. So you have to excuse me, I'm referring to my notes here. So on the 30th, when I found my vehicles gone, my first thought is that they were stolen. Yeah, because I'm a car guy, and they're highly desirable. I've got 2 luxury cars. My Oldsmobile is, I got very lucky finding that car. I've had 2 of them in the past, and this one was great shape, and I really trusted. The whole time, that the whole 4 years or so that they have been sitting at the hotel, they've never been molested, or nobody's really messed with them, except for maybe the plates. The Colorado tags went missing. Last couple of years, I had been concerned because there were some questionable people that were staying at the hotel, but honestly, I was just more concentrating on finishing school and, rebuilding my life after a breakup with my girlfriend. So I was pretty upset. I was so upset that I contacted the Summit County Dispatch switchboard and asked them to send a Frisco police officer out to possibly file a stolen vehicle report, because I didn't find out until Frisco actually sent out an officer. His name was Officer Gardner, or Detective Gardner, with the Frisco Police Department. And I told Detective Gardner, I didn't know he was 1 at the time. My 4 vehicles were parked in the south lot, and now they're gone. So he contacted the switchboard once again, and I guess I'm familiar with the Summit County tow log, because I myself am a towing professional. I've been doing it for about 30 years, actually a little after high school. It was always something I just kind of fell into. I always considered fun. I'm Wreckmaster 5 certified, towing and recovery specialist, and repossessions, time finance adjustment. So I have I know the business very well. I have a lot of connections, and operated in many states, including Colorado. I actually am a former employee of Dillon Towing, which is directly across the street from J&H Mountain Auto Services. And when the officer contacted the switchboard, he told me that my vehicles had been towed away. And I was taken aback by this, because here it is, a day before my agreement was due to expire with the property owner. And I had the equipment to remove them, and I had no vehicle to remove. So he told me that J&H Mountain Auto Services had removed them from the property. And the first thing I said to that officer was, because I know the property from, plowing it and being around it for the previous few years, regularly. I know it very well. I know the entire hotel property. And I know that there were no tow-away zone signs anywhere on that property. I know of where they used to be, but there were none there at that time. So I asked him to please make a report on that. and log it because, well, that's state law. It's Colorado law. You don't remove a vehicle from private property unless there is a ample tow signage, warning a vehicle owner that it's going to be removed if you leave it there. And plus my verbal agreement with Adam, Mr. Patricic, who's the property owner. I know Nick, who signed this private property removal form. I'm rather surprised at that because I'm taking it back. And I found that out. I'm still upset over it. They weren't supposed to be removed.
He is frozen for me, Judge.
Me as well. I was just unmuting to say that. Oh, Mr. McNulty, you were frozen for a moment, and the last I heard is you were saying you were still very upset about it. Mr. McNulty, we are not able to hear or see you. Sometimes, if you can hear me, sometimes it works to turn your camera off, which I know is counter to what I asked for earlier, but sometimes that it helps if people's internet are a little shaky. It looks to me like Mr. McNulty was bumped off. Why don't we all just wait a moment, just see if he rejoins? I'll give it a couple of minutes. Oh, Mr. McNulty, it looks like you're back. Mr. McNulty, if you can hear me, it may work to turn your camera off. That might. And Mr. McNulty, oh, I see you now, but you are muted. If you want to pick up I believe the last I heard was you saying you were still very upset about
it. Okay, there you go. Can you hear me okay?
It is a little scratchy. Maybe if you turn your camera off, which I know I had asked you earlier to turn it on, sometimes that helps though if people's internet is not working as well.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, there. Can you hear me a little better now?
It is still shaky on my end. And it said that you had low bandwidth. I saw that above your picture a moment ago. So I'm not sure.
Let me check my signal.
Okay.
Here.
Mr. McNulty, I still can't hear you. If you want to call in, that would work. However, you may still want to keep the computer on so you can see exhibits. So if you happen to have another phone to use to call in, you may want to try that. What I suggest we do is take just a quick little break. I know we aren't that far into the proceeding, but why don't we take until 9:40 and let's go off the record until then. In a moment, Mr. McNoldy, if you would be able to see if you can sort out the internet issues or maybe call in. Let's have you do that. So let's all reconvene at 9:40 so we can see if Mr. McNoldy might be able to address these issues. We'll go off the record until 9:40. Thank you. All right, it is 9:40, so let's go back on the record. Um, it looks as though Mr. McNoldy left the proceeding. Um, Stephanie, has Mr. McNoldy reached out to you in any way with any updates of any sort?
No, he has not.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to go off the record again, but I would like to just give him a couple of minutes. It's now 9:41. Let's wait 2 minutes, see if
He just,
rejoins.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. He just popped up.
Great. Mr. McNoldy, are you there? Mr. McNoldy, if you are trying to speak, it looks like you're still muted. Mr. McNoldy, are you there? All right, looks like he is gone again. All right, so since we have everyone, oh, Mr. McNoldy, it looks like you're here again. Are you able to call in on a phone? Mr. McNoldy, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can please call in on a phone, that might be better so we can go ahead and proceed. All right. I'm just going to wait until 9:45 to see if Mr. McNoldy appears, and if not, we'll go ahead and come up with the plan B.
Judge, would you like to email me or for me to email him the telephone number just in case he's not hearing it?
Yes, I think that is a good idea.
Okay.
So responded, just so you know, Stephanie is going to reach out to him directly, but it's not about substance. She's just going to let him know that he can call in.
I can take the Zoom email that everyone got and just clarify the phone number for him, and I'll send it to everyone so everyone has it.
Great, thank you. Mr. McNoldy, I do see that you are here. Are we able to hear you? Can you try? If you can hear me, Mr. McNoldy, we would like for you to use a phone to call in so you can participate. Stephanie is or should have emailed the phone number again. So take a look at your email.
The email's going to be titled, sorry, Zoom information for, and then 25F-0278TO. I just replied to all from that email and gave him directly the phone number and the passcode.
Thank you. All right, we'll give Mr. McNoldy just another minute. We do need to keep this proceeding going. We only have until 1 o'clock today. We do need to conclude by then. Everyone just hang tight again for another couple minutes. I do apologize for these delays.
Judge, he left a phone number. Is it okay if I just quick jump onto a phone and call him?
Yes, please do. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, he's gonna call in right now.
Great, thank you. Okay, it doesn't look like Mr. McNoldy has joined by phone yet. I apologize for everybody's time here. Why don't we take a recess until 10:05. At that point, we'll need to just go ahead and get this matter going. But we will. I apologize to everyone for taking up your time here and sort of the back and forth. But we'll go into recess till 10:05. Thanks, everyone.
Judge, I can keep an eye on for him to join. Would you like me to interrupt and say when we're back on?
Why don't you go ahead and let us know if he's joined? But just so everybody can plan accordingly, let's still come back in 10 minutes.
Perfect, thank
On
you.
the record, I mean.
Okay.
Thanks.
When he joins, I will tell him that.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. The judge just was giving a break until 10:05 just to make sure everything was good on our end. So we'll come back in 10 minutes.
Sure, that's fine. My apologies. I don't know what happened to my connection here.
Yeah. So once the hearing does get started, if your internet is better, you can stay on the phone here so you can hear and talk. But if you join the Zoom with another device, like if you have a laptop or a tablet, and you can just have video on a tablet, and then if that signal goes in and out, you can still hear and speak on the phone. You can have two devices.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, so I'll just watch the video, keep myself muted on the Zoom.
Perfect. I do see that you are still on. Wait, let me just make sure. Yeah, the telephone is on. Mm-hmm. Yep, and you can still see the Zoom session then?
Hold on, it hasn't quite. I can see me.
Okay, you're welcome to turn off that video on your Zoom session because the judge already said that you can do that. That way maybe the signal won't have an issue. And then keep the phone line open. So we would use the phone line for your audio, and then your Zoom session, you'll still be able to see any documents that are presented on the screen.
Yes, ma'am, that's fine. As long as you guys can hear me, I'm sorry. Geez, I didn't mean to duck out like that.
It's okay. We can hear you now, just perfectly clear. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Just be sure to keep your voice up, Mr. McNoldy.
Yeah, keep my voice what?
Keep your voice up.
Oh, keep my voice up so you can hear me. Okay, sure. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the internet action here. Let's see.
And Mr. McNoldy, we are on the live stream and I can hear you talking. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, hold on.
You can mute your phone line for now.
Sure.
It is going to be *6 and then *6 to unmute when we start the hearing.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and mute now.
Yes, I can hear you, Valentina. I have, yes. That sounds fine with me. We'll figure it out as we go. Stephanie, do you know if he can do that by phone?
I don't know. Mr. McNoldy, if you can hear us,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
I-
Does the
I'm here.
interpreter want to test now while we're still off the record? Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Mr. McNoldy, can you hear the interpreters at all?
No, I can't hear the interpreters. No, I can hear you fine.
Okay. Um,
What would you like me to do?
uh, yeah, wait. So on his Zoom, be sure to do the interpretation for English. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, yeah, what I did before, that's right. Hold on.
But
Okay.
he's going to do audio through his phone, though.
Yeah.
Oh. I think I might have signal now.
Sure.
Yeah.
There to the judge.
I'm sorry, say that again, Mr. McNulty?
I said I could see the judge.
Yeah, we're having issues though because you're calling on the phone and we have the interpreters on the line as well, that you can't hear the interpreter now.
Okay. Hmm. Well,
Mr.
let me see.
McNulty,
Yes, ma'am.
are you able to go somewhere close by that has good internet connection? Like a library or something like that?
I could try. Yes, I mean that's why I thought I was next to right now.
That's why what you thought what?
Oh wait, yeah, that's what I'm using right now. I didn't know it was going to interrupt like that. Because it said I was getting full signal and then it just dropped off. I don't know if somebody bumped a router or what.
How long would it take for you to, for instance, get to a library?
I'll tell you what, that's a good idea. Let me. Well, that's where I thought I was at. Let me see if I can find a better position, and
Okay.
I will. Give me about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and reconvene at 10:30 then for everybody? We do need to have this proceeding today. So let's endeavor to find good internet.
Yeah.
And so let's
And no, sure.
uh,
Yeah, nobody's more upset than me. Believe me.
and
Yes. I'd
then
like to
why
get
don't
over
we do
with.
this? So let me go on the record so I could then put us back off the record so it's clear what happened here. So let's
Absolutely.
Tracy, let's go back on the record for a moment. It is 10:06 and we are back on the record. At this time, we're having issues with Mr. McNoldy being able to hear the interpreters while he is on the phone. And so what we are doing now is Mr. McNoldy is going to go to a library or something similar to that so he can get good internet reception. We are reconvening we're going to take another recess. We will reconvene at 10:30. So for now, we are going to go off the record until 10:30. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Very good. So we gotta go find the library.
right, thank you, everyone. We are going back on the record. I understand that Ms. Kunkel is going ahead and giving Mr. McNoldy a telephone call and asking him to call in. We need to get this matter underway. We can't keep delaying it like this. My understanding, and I will seek input from the interpreters as soon as I explain my understanding, which may be incorrect. My understanding is that Mr. McNoldy can participate by telephone to provide his testimony, and that will not present any issues for interpretation needing to be done with Zoom. Is that correct?
Judge, can you hear two interpreters at one time?
Yeah, I was hearing both as well. I went and muted the original again. So go, but I understood that yes, that is correct. But please continue. I'll see if maybe by muting the original speaker, if that helped. And I wonder, would it, and forgive me, I'm just trying to troubleshoot here. What if what we did was sort of more old style interpretation where if Mr. Carmona asked a question, then we paused and then there was a live interpretation and then a response. Would that work? I understand that's not how you typically do it. I'm just trying to find a way to conduct this hearing. Okay, why don't we go ahead and try that if that becomes necessary? But I'm not sure, and I know Stephanie's Kunkel is doing a lot of things here. Were you, Ms. Kunkel, I don't know if you could hear me or if you were on the phone or if you were able to speak with Mr. McNoldy.
Yes, I was able, I had, the Zoom came through the same phone line, so I was trying to hear you and trying to hear him, but he said he is at a couple minutes ago, he said he was less than 5 minutes away from Wi-Fi, and I told him to call in the meantime so we can get going because you were on the record, and he hasn't called in yet, but he's going to get to a Wi-Fi and either join Zoom through Wi-Fi again and or call. He was going to get there and see what the signal was like, but he was just about there.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Understood. Okay, and hopefully we won't have to do that. I appreciate that this system is more efficient for everyone. As I said, I'm really just trying to find a way to proceed with this matter and not take up more time than is necessary for everyone. So I will give Mr. McNoldy a couple more minutes, but he said 20 minutes. And so I will, I don't want to go into recess again. I will give him until 10:37, and at which point he needs to participate. So hold tight for a couple of moments, everyone. Thank you.
He's going to be calling in right now and then work on getting the laptop signed in. So we may see him pop up twice. Oh, okay. He was just sitting at a table at the library.
Okay, so he said he was calling in or not?
Yes, I told him to call in while he's getting the Zoom set up so we can keep going.
Okay. What time was that?
Just less than a minute ago.
Okay. Okay. So it is now 10:40, and Mr. McNoldy said he wanted until 10:30 to be able to find Wi-Fi. He has been called twice and told to join by phone. We have accommodated the interpretation issue, or we will accommodate it as best we can so he can participate by phone. And everybody is waiting. So I apologize, everyone. Sit tight 1 minute. I am looking into options for how to proceed. Just 1 moment. Thank you everyone again for your patience. I was looking into potential alternatives and if he's answering his calls, Ms. Kunkel, Mr. McNoldy is answering his phone calls, correct?
Yes, he is. I'm just trying to think logistically how to do that.
Sure, sure. I understand. So he is capable of participating in the proceeding and has been instructed to participate in the proceeding twice. It's now 10:43. We did wait until 10:30 at Mr. McNoldy's request. And since 10:30, ALJ staff has advised Mr. McNoldy to participate by phone. And it appears that he is unable or unwilling to participate in this proceeding at this point. Now 10:44. My understanding is that Ms. Kunkel is going to try one other possible way of seeing if we could get him to participate. And if we cannot, I can't think of a fourth way of getting him to participate. We have tried Wi-Fi. We have tried asking him to go to a new location for Wi-Fi. He's been instructed to call in twice, and now we are trying a new way. And if Ms. Kunkel, why don't you just go ahead and let me know if or when that works or doesn't work. We are seeing if we're able to conference him into the Zoom call, Mr. McNoldy, that is. And if that doesn't work, then it will appear that Mr. McNoldy is unable or unwilling to participate.
Okay, so the help that I'm getting on my end is that I'm going to try and call from my computer into the Zoom session, and then I'm going to conference him into that phone line. I'm going to try.
Sure. Yeah, give it a shot. This is our.
Okay. But I'm going to mute myself first for right now.
Thank you. And I will also mute myself while we see if this can work.
Okay, the phone line that just came up is me. Can you hear it?
Mr. McNoldy, is that you?
It's actually me, Stephanie.
Mr. McNoldy, is that you?
Sorry, Judge, it's actually me on the other phone line.
I apologize. Sorry.
I'm going to try and conference him
now.
Okay, there might be a big echo, but he said logging on to the Zoom right now. I have him on a different phone line. So I told him he needed to get onto this Zoom now because you wanted to start. He said he's doing that now, but I kept him on the other line and have not conferenced him into the other telephone line yet, hoping that he will Zoom.
Mr. McNoldy, did I just hear you?
I believe you did. He's on the phone line with my other line.
All right, Mr. McNoldy, we need to get this matter moving.
Okay, I joined the phone lines, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. McNoldy. Mr. McNoldy, please respond.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
I can hear him. He's unmuted.
Mr.
on my
McNoldy.
end.
Third try.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm
Judge,
here.
I can
Judge,
hear
I
him on
can
the
hear
other
him on
line.
the other
There's
line.
just
There's
three different echoes going on
echoes
my
going
phone
on
line.
my phone line.
I hear them when you speak, yes. Mr. McNoldy, please call in. Can you
Yes,
not
ma'am.
call in on your phone as you did earlier?
Yes, ma'am. I can do that. I can, if you'd like. Yes, I can go ahead and not worry about my laptop because I have good signal now. I'm trying to get into Zoom as we were speaking, but I keep on getting distracted here, so this is becoming very aggravating. Okay.
Mr.
If you'd like
McNoldy,
to, yes, ma'am.
please call in on your phone as directed. This is the third or fourth time we've directed you to call in on your phone. I need you to do that.
Okay. If I had the Zoom
You
info,
need to do that
if I
by
had the Zoom info-
10:55.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'm trying to get the info in. I keep on getting interrupted. So, okay. Thank you.
And Judge, you can hear me, right?
Judge, since
Judge,
you can hear me
you
and
can
there's
hear
like
me
just
and
a
there's
giant
a
echo on my
giant
end,
echo on
I'm
my
gonna
end.
keep
I'm gonna
this other
keep
line
this other line
muted
muted
just because he
just
can
because
still
he
hear
can still
you.
hear you.
Okay, thank you. And at 10:55, Mr. McNoldy, you need to be on by 10:55. Call in, please. All right. It is now 10:55, and my understanding is that Mr. McNoldy could hear me. I did direct him several minutes ago to call in. I know that Ms. Kunkel has also called him twice and directed him to call in with his phone. At this time, I'm going to make a finding that Mr. McNoldy is either unwilling or unable to participate in this hearing at this time. So I will issue a written decision. I will dismiss the matter without prejudice. And but for now, we will go ahead and go off the record, and I will adjourn the proceeding. Thank you, everyone.
Gracias a usted por su tiempo, señoría.